If the river wants you, it will take you. And what if something down there inside the river decides that you are not allowed to leave? Hi, hello, and welcome to the GMC channel where I bring you the ghost, the mystery, the crime. I am Esther Vincent, also known as Leah Mia on social media. As always, please do follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. I hope you guys would stick around till the end of this video. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you guys are liking this video, please do hit on the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have not done so, go hit on the subscribe button. Help the channel grow. I would really appreciate that. Today, I've brought you guys a spooky story. If you guys are into that, tag along till the end. I hope it will be good. So yeah, we are going into the deep, dark waters of Ulu Yam. Ulu Yam is a place just about an hour away from Kuala Lumpur, KL, our capital. It's famous for its waterfalls. It's a perfect place for picnic. It's a place where families laugh, couples camp, children splash in the waters. Overall, a fun place. But Malaysians know this too. Quote, air yang mengalir itu mesti ada yang jaga. Meaning, these flowing waters always has a guardian. Locals believe, they say that the waters of Ulu Yam, the river of Ulu Yam, has eyes that watches. There's a penunggu here, they say, a spirit that watches every swimmer, every visitor. And if you forget to ask for permission, the waters will make sure to remind you. Yeah. Let me start with the first story for today. The roadside girl. There is this local fisherman who often drives back home late at night, mostly midnights, after he had checked on his fishing nets that is put up on the river. On one foggy night, he was driving alone on this winding Ulu Yam road. There was no lights, no car, only him and the fog. The only sound that he could hear was the sound of his motorbike and the waters that was crashing through the river. That's when he saw her, a girl standing at the roadside, drenched, dripping wet. She looked like she had just climbed out of the river. Shocked, he slowed down, thinking maybe she was lost, maybe she needed help, maybe she was hurt. But when his motorbike's headlight hit on her face, she vanished. She just disappeared into thin air. Not run, not walked into the jungle or anything like that. Just gone, disappeared. That's when he felt it, like his bike. That very second the girl vanished in front of him, he felt his bike going down a few inches, like something heavy was pressing onto it. He later on would say that he looked at the back of his bike through the bike's rearview mirror, and that's where that drenched, wet girl was sitting, right behind him on his motorcycle. What would you do? Well, this fisherman, thank God he had composure. He didn't panic. Good for him, right? Because even though he was scared out of his wits, he was sweating up a storm, he did not react it. He maintained his composure. He started speeding up his bike and he started just riding. He ignored whatever that was sitting at the back. He just ride through his normal route back to his village. Once he reached his village's border, like he could see lights illuminating, he could see a few people further front. Boom, his motorbike went lighter. Like in a second, that heaviness went off. And that's when he had the guts to look through his rearview mirror again, and indeed, it was empty. The back of his bike was empty. So from that day onwards, Mr. Fisherman never ride on those roads ever again after midnight. He still did ride at night, not just in midnight. He's brave, yo. He is brave. I think those olden day people, they are brave. Like, they had to go because that was their living. That was their job, right? So they had to go. Crazy. Modern people don't talk much about the dark side of Ulu Yam. But if you ask the Orang Lama, the olden locals that live around there, they would warn you about the river. They would say that the river doesn't just drown anyone for fun, but it kind of chooses. Some believe that there is this long-haired woman living beneath the waterfalls, once a bride who had died before her wedding. And she pulls people down into the water because she wants company. Others, the more logical ones, they say that there are whirlpools created by invisible tunnels near the riverbed, which does seem believable, right? One wrong step and you feel something grabbing and pulling onto your ankle. Is it someone, or is it something's hand, or is it all just a strong underwater current? What do you think? Now, all these aren't just some real life legendary ghost stories. Real lives have been lost here as well. Back in 2018, three friends drowned in one of the Ulu Yam's extended rivers, all three of them in the same single outing. Officials said that the current was deceptively strong that day. And in 2016, a teenager drowned here as well, a boy around my age back then. And people believed that he was a good swimmer. And at this same waterfall, two younger brothers of my then friend had also drowned and lost their lives. The same day, the same outing, the same time. That same very day, I didn't know what was going on in this waterfall, but I passed through the outer part of the waterfall heading to a completely different spot. I only came to know about this news. I only got to know about this drowning and this death later that day around evening, and it was a complete shock to me because I was so near to where it was happening. It was all crazy. Suddenly, the waterfalls of Ulu Yam did not feel like a holiday, a happy, fun spot anymore. It became a reminder that the river just takes whoever it wants. A family once told the story. They were out at Ulu Yam Waterfall for a small picnic day out. Their young son was laughing and playing near a shallow pool. The water was just up to his waist. Safe, right? But suddenly he started screaming that something cold had grabbed onto his ankle and is pulling him in. He started screaming like, "Save me! Something is pulling me!" Remember, this was a shallow pool. The water was only up to his waist. He could feel the bottom, right? So where did his hand came from and started pulling him even lower? Where's the logic in that? Adults automatically rushed in, carried him out. They checked surrounding, but there was nothing there. There was no plants with twigs or whatever. There was no logs. There was no hole. Nothing. But the boy could not stop shaking. He fell into a fever. For nights, he dreamt of a white hand clawing up from black waters trying to pull him down. It didn't feel like drowning, he said. Quote, "It felt like something wanted me under the water." Yeah, creepy, very creepy. After sunset, Ulu Yam changes. The waterfall seems to go silent, but the crashing waters in the river, they seem to go louder and louder. Many people have claimed to hear splashing, screaming, playing in the water after dark, but when they go to check, there is absolutely no one there. Some believe that those are the spirit of those who had drowned in the river and they just can't seem to leave the place, which is leading me to the final story for today. There was these two boys who went swimming in Ulu Yam rivers late in the evening as a dare from their friends. As they were young boys, young blood, they didn't believe in all these creepy stories, so they started swimming into the quieter, deeper, darker waters of the river. Suddenly, one of the two boys vanished down into the surface of the water. The other friend who was still outside, he panicked. He started, turning around looking for the vanished friend. That's when he felt fingers gripping his shoulder. So like, someone holding onto his shoulder. So relieved, he thought that was his friend playing, games, playing a fool. So he turned to look and he saw his friend's face all right, just inches away from his face, all bloated and waterlogged, eyes wide open and red. That was not his friend. He screamed, kicked free, and swam like his life depended on it. Well, because he did, he swam quickly to the shore, got out of the waters. He would never end up finding his friend that evening until later when rescuers were called and his friend's body was found many, many hours later. Through his grief, when he went and looked at his dead friend's body, the face of his friend was the same exact face that he saw inches away in the water that evening that, gripped on him. Yeah, that was the same exact face. Ooh, how about that, you guys, for a story? That's crazy, right? Isn't that crazy? Yes, it's crazy. For me, it's crazy. So, what do you think lives under the Ulu Yam waters? A hidden current, a dangerous drop, a dangerous hole, a spirit bride, a jealous guardian, or is it the souls of those who had drowned and died there, pulling others to join them as well? Believe what you want, but if you ever find yourself going to the waterfalls of Ulu Yam and you feel like the waters is a little too quiet, a little too still, maybe it's waiting for you to get into the waters. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. I've been to the Ulu Yam waterfalls quite a few times in my life, and I'm just so grateful, thankful that I am still here well enough to tell you guys this story. Everything had gone well for me, my family, my friends, whenever we visited. So, very much grateful, very much thankful to God Almighty for his protection, I would say. So finally, if you guys have any of your own Ulu Yam stories or any other stories in other waterfalls or rivers, do let me know in the comment sections below. I would love to read them. I would love to explore further. And if you guys are still here till this very moment, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Do leave a thumbs up, a comment, share it with others. And don't forget to subscribe. If you have not done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It will help the channel grow. It will encourage me to make even more. And until the next video, stay safe out there. If you have time to spare, other videos would be showing up. Do click on them, do watch them. You might enjoy them. Thank you again. I will see you soon. Take care. Stay safe out there. Bye.